carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. And also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. If you do not wish to perform the functions described in the event of an emergency, please ask the flight attendant to reseat you. At this time, we request that all mobile phones, pagers, radios, and remote-controlled toys to be turned off for the full duration of the flight, as these items might interfere with the navigational and communication equipment on this aircraft. We request that all other electronic devices to be turned off until we fly above 10,000 feet. We will notify you when it is safe to use such devices. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and the entire flight crew, welcome aboard this flight. We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this aircraft. The captain and the crew are here for your safety. It is important that you pay attention and follow instructions carefully. First, check your seatbelt is securely fastened. Insert the metal tag into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the loose end. To unfasten, simply lift up the metal flap on the buckle and pull apart. We suggest you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible during our flight, even when the sign is off. Your life jacket is either beside or underneath your seat. To use it, take it out of the container and place it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at your side. Inflate your life jacket when you leave the aircraft. The life jacket is fitted with a light and a whistle. We will now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the closest usable exit, taking nothing with you. Emergency lighting, including floor-level lighting, will help you find your way to the exit. These are clearly signed. There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft and 2 at the front of each cabin section. Your crew will now point out the exits nearest to you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. All electronic devices, including mobile phones, must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground during takeoff, approach, and landing. Please ensure your mobile phone and any devices that can send or receive calls or text messages remain off for the flight. Any items with a flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that your tray table is put away, your seat is upright, and your armrest is down. If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable flight. We're now going to explain the emergency procedures on this aircraft. The captain and the... Too low, flaps too low here. 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 always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated. You may now turn on your electronic devices, such as calculators, CD players, and laptop computers. In a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing around the cabin to opt you from their crates. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign as we have reached. Your life jacket is below your seat. You do not need your life jacket. We are landing on land. Leave your life jacket where it is. When you hear the command, brace, brace, you must